Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. First up, apologies for not doing a Midweek 180 last week, even though the week before I'd promised that I would make sure I did one. I had it all scripted. I was actually down at 50 Supercars last Wednesday for a series of meetings, and my plan was to get there early, film the Midweek 180 and upload it while I was there so it would go live that evening. Unfortunately, I got there and I got sucked into meetings straight away and saying hello to people and doing stuff. And by the time I'd finished, it was time to leave and come home. And by the time I came home, it was past 6 o'clock. So I just couldn't physically do the planned Midweek 180 last week. Sorry for that. The week before that, I had been away. I'd uploaded the video abroad. And then because of the way the scheduling thing works in the back end of YouTube, I got the time zone wrong, and although I thought the video was going to go live at 6, it turned out it would have actually gone live at 7. By the time I realised that, it was about 6:30. I set the video live, and that means that we got a slightly different Magnificent 7. So, housekeeping from that Midweek 180 then. Well, it wasn't different for leader of the pack, Francois G, as always. But then we had Robert Lloyd, Paul Coles, Aidan Ace93, Matthew LeBurge, Nicholas Friend, and Ray Drury. So whoever was the first comment this week, you'll be my leader of the pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be in my Magnificent 7. F1 returned to Spa, one of my favourite circuits to watch. I've never driven around Spa in the real world. I've driven around it on a sim many times. It's easily my favourite track on a sim, and it's a beautiful place to go. But it's always a venue that has the potential to chuck a spanner in the works with weather. We had the sprint race on the Saturday, which was won by Max. Well done to him. And then we had rain for the main event. And that always throws things up a little bit in the air. You never really know what's going to happen. The race started under a safety car. Lando was on pole, but unfortunately lost out very early on in the first lap to Oscar. And from that point on, Oscar really had the advantage. There's an argument for me when Oscar came in for the pit stop that turned out to be the only pit stop. Lando stayed out and maybe would have been better off just slowing down 2 or 3 seconds, double stacking and only losing 2 or 3 seconds during the pit stop rather than staying out and losing probably 5 or 6. So, and then he made a mistake when he was catching him back up. So anyway, Oscar wins, extends his lead slightly in the Drivers' Championship. Lando second, Charles third. Great race, brilliant circuit. I just absolutely love Spa. It's a little bit low on news of new cars this week, but I wanted to talk a little bit about car finance claims. And I want to do that for a couple of reasons. The first and maybe most important reason is, and I'm going to go off topic slightly, but I now do YouTube full-time. And I've had a couple of comments on the channel recently about videos that included some kind of paid promotion. And the reality of my life now is that I have to make YouTube work commercially. And I do that through a number of methods. I have a number of amazing channel partners that help me finance making the videos that you guys enjoy for free, but also working with partners to advertise things within a video. And when you do that on YouTube, you put paid promotion. So when you start watching a video, in fact, before you even start watching it, you'll see that that video has a paid promotion. So then it's a case of choosing partners or brands or products that are organic to you, that you have some kind of connection with. And one of the things I've been approached about a couple of times recently is to do an advert for companies that will help you claim any missold car finance claims. And this is all to do with the fact that, and it dates back, so if you've had car finance anytime before January 2021, in January 2024, the FCA launched an investigation, and then there was a landmark ruling in October 2024, which kind of set a precedent. And it's all to do with hidden discretionary commission payments that some lenders were making. And it transpires that in some cases, the commission payment that the broker was getting from the finance company would be higher if the APR on the finance agreement was higher. So there was clearly an incentive for the agent selling the finance to get the highest APR possible, but that means you as the person paying the finance is going to pay more over the duration of your contract. And the landmark ruling basically said, and I'm paraphrasing a lot here, but it said that what now needs to happen is that the lender needs to be very transparent about any commission payments that are being made. And I've literally just signed a finance agreement for my new car. News on that very soon. But as part of that process, I got a separate document that detailed exactly what the commission payment was going to be to the finance company that sold me my finance. Now, the challenge is that that wasn't the case pre-2021. And the opportunity, therefore, is that if you had finance and there was a hidden discretionary payment, it's possible for you to be due some kind of compensatory payment. And there are lots of companies out there that are basically ambulance chasers, for want of a better word, that want you to go to them and they will say, we will get your compensation for you and we'll fight your case and we'll get you your money. And unfortunately, there are a lot of my YouTube colleagues, for want of a better word, that are advertising these companies at the moment. And I just have a real problem with that because it's quite simple. If you go to one of these companies, yes, they may well find out that you are due some compensation, but they are likely to take a commission out of that compensatory payment that could be, I don't know, 15, 20, 30% maybe. And you're going to lose that. So for sure, you're going to get some money you didn't realize you were going to get back, but you're going to lose 20 or 30% of it when all you need to do is do it yourself. And the two places I would always put, it's like the PPI insurance thing that happened, 10 years ago or so. Which, if you're in the UK, which.co.uk, or, and I'm no big fan of Martin Lewis as it happens, but Martin Lewis's website, moneysavingexpert.com, both have templates and information about this that you can go onto yourself. It is super, super simple. You go onto it, you fill out the template, you write in a letter, and if you are due compensation, guess what? You get it all. Keep it all. There's no commission to some ambulance chasing company. And I just wanted to have a bit of a rant about this. So I had been approached and offered good money that I have turned down for advertising these companies, these claim companies that will go after car finance payments, because I fundamentally disagree with their business model. They're basically ripping you off. And it's mainly to do with the fact that people who use them are too lazy to do it themselves or don't realize that they can do it themselves. Don't waste your money. Don't go with these companies. I'm disappointed in some of the other creators that I see advertising these because they're basically just getting a payment for doing it without actually thinking what's right for their subscriber base. I would rather go without the money and find it somewhere else from some organic company that I agree with than just taking the money. Do it yourself, which or moneysavingexpert.com. That's all you need to do. Go to their websites and there's all the information I've been on this morning, and it's a super, super simple process if you've had a car finance agreement pre-January 2021. So there we go, my rant is over. And I think you'll know some of the creators that I am talking about. I'm not going to name any names, but if you look at the adverts that they're putting on, whether that's YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, look at the comments section and look at the kind of comments that people are making, because we're not stupid. We know that these companies are basically just ambulance chasers and are going to take 20 or 30% of whatever payout you get if you are lucky enough to get one. Anyway, shall we talk about my new car? Because it's Wednesday morning, actually. I put a few teasers out over the last few days. On Monday of this week, I started my journey up north. I actually overnighted in Stratford-upon-Avon at a very good friend of mine, Andrew's house. And then we drove up together up north near Manchester to collect my new dream Porsche. And then I drove it back yesterday afternoon, and it is now parked downstairs in my dream garage underneath its cover. And I'm going to let you know what I bought on Friday at 6. What I've bought, why I've bought it, and the full spec of what I've bought. All I can say is, when the covers came off the car, I very nearly shed a tear. I got very, very emotional. I am overwhelmed with the car that I've got parked downstairs underneath its cover. So you need to tune in on Friday at 6 to find out what it is. I can't wait for everybody to know. I can't wait to share it with you, and I can't wait to find out what you think of it. I've had lots of people guess. Some guessed right, clearly. Some guessed wrong. But I would love to know what you think. But if you are, bearing in mind it's a Porsche, if you are coming to Box and Gas Megaphonics on Sunday this weekend, if not, I'll put a link below because I think there may well still be tickets. If you are coming, my new dream Porsche is going to be on the Michelin stand on Sunday. So you can come and have a look. It's also going to be on display at Salon Privé at the end of August, on the Friday and the Saturday. If you were coming to that event, it will be there, although it might look a little bit different than it does right now. Anyway, if you're at Box and Gas Megaphonics on Sunday, by the way, please come and say hello. I know lots of you have kind of got Porsches or Porsche fans, so it's a brilliant event. Went last year, never been before, absolutely blew me away. There's some amazing cars to look at. You've got an air-cooled car park, you've got a water-cooled car park, and then so many historic cool Porsches. So if you're there, I'll see you there. Come and have a look at my new dream Porsche. But for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. If you enjoyed that, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. And I'll see you on the next film. But before I go, I've got to show you my new t-shirt. I am the world's biggest Top Gun fan. I absolutely love Top Gun. But I got this t-shirt from my mate Andrew. It's a bit of a late birthday present, but you've got to see the back. You ready? I don't know if I can show you that. I love it. See you on the next one, guys. You take care. Drive safe.